Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs. Welcome and welcome back. I'm here with another part in the Dee Dee Farago Colossal Tome of Concepts Challenge. Yep, I've got that right. If you've not seen that before, Dee Dee over on her channel has made herself a book. I already had this one made, so I'm using this one. And she's just making a series of pockets to go in it, so that she can use it as a reference when she's starting a new journal, a reference of things that she can put in it. So yeah, the one I've done this week, I've decided I'm not doing the exact pockets Dee Dee's done, because you don't have to. And so far I've been doing pockets all from 12 by 12 sheets of scrapbook paper, and I have done that again this week. So I'll show you the pocket. I did get this from Papercrafter 45, one of my favourite YouTube channels. I've watched her for years. I've just adapted the one she did slightly. She made hers from a letter size piece of paper, and I've just made it from a 12 by 12 and put a couple of extra pockets in. So this is it. So if we open it up, as you can see, we've got pockets. I'll just grab a piece of card to use as my journal card to show you. So we have a pocket there, one there, there, and just the extra ones I've added. One there and one there. And this is all from a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. Now for this one you will need a thin scrapbook paper. I think this is just a 100 DSM, 100 to 110 I'd say. It's not the thick, almost cardstock like ones. The reason being, there's too many folds and tucks in this, and it would be too bulky if you made it out of the thick one. You'd have to do a lot of cutting in on creases to eliminate that bulk on the folds. So I'll show you this. Oh, one other thing. It's better if you use a paper that is, again, not directional. Now you might be looking at this one and thinking it is directional, but it's actually not. If I show you it that way and then turn it around, it's exactly the same because they're playing cards. So yeah, bit of an optical illusion with them, isn't it really? So I'll show you how we start. So take your piece of paper. I've got the playing cards running up and down, and we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to have to turn it sideways to do my fold, otherwise I won't be able to do it. You could use a scoreboard if you wanted to, and just fold it over and burnish those edges for nice crisp edges. Then fold it in half. Get your corners lined up. So again, fold and burnish. Right, then when you've done that, if you see here, I've folded each side in, but I've not folded them to the centre. You can actually decide where you put this next crease. Right, look, I've done it around there, or like that. The first one I'm going to do by eye, so I'm around there. It's about, I'd say, half an inch. It's actually 2 centimetres, because I've just measured it on the grids on my mat. So come in and burnish that one again, and do the same on the other side. And to get them lined up, what I do, I will start folding it back on itself, not the way I want it, just to get that little crease. Then I will come back in the direction I want it to fold, if you understand that. So that's that. Don't worry about these little white bits we can see. It's just because we're putting so many folds in this paper, and we will get rid of those in a minute. Papercrafter 45 didn't have that problem because she'd used copyweight paper. So that's that. Right, and all I'm going to do to get rid of these, I'm just going to slice them off basically. I'm taking my life in my hands this week. I'm using my craft knife and a ruler. So, yeah, I've got kids on standby with plasters. I haven't really. Right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do first? Right, I'm going to do something first before I start slicing those edges off. Yes, I am. First, I'm going to put those in. Yeah. So I'm just going to fold from that top corner. Yeah. It's like when you're making those little... In fact, Dee Dee made a pocket where you do lots of this corner folding. It confused my brain. I've not had a go at it yet. And then same on that side. Yeah. I mean, those white bits might not bug you. Once they're inked up, they're not going to be very obvious, but they bug me, so I'm going to get shut. So if you're a perfectionist, you know, this one is actually better than the other. I'm going to ink that and see whether we need to go cutting any bits off edge. Yeah, I still want to cut it off. So those are the bits with a little bit too much white showing. So I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to take my... my knife. I'm going to start at that corner and I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to take a little sliver off, just so it don't drive me mad. The teeniest sliver. We're just getting rid of that tiny little bit of white. Oh, did it. No drama, no injury. I don't want to do it again on this side. Harder to see because I'm using the pattern side of the paper here. It's just a tiny sliver. Right. So let's go back like that. Fold it in. Can you see where it's done? I'm happy with that. I now can't see any white. And yeah, it just makes me happy. Right, if you look at this pocket, it's lower down. So what we need to do there is cut a piece from the top of there. So unfold your paper again. We need to cut. I'll draw it on so you can see it. I've tied it up, so I'm spoilt for choice now with pens and pencils. So we're going to cut across there. Am I on camera? Yeah. So that's going to be a piece of waste. Now again, it's up to you. Waste. We're not going to cut wiggly. We're going to cut straight. It's up to you. That it's about 1/2 inch. Could be less. Could be more. Now to help me cut, I'm going to have to turn this sideways again. And I'm going to let my mat help me. I'm going to line my paper up with one of my grid lines. And I've got my ruler. Yeah, I'm going to make it 2 centimetres, man, because I happen to be working on my 2 centimetre mat. And I think it's 2 centimetres, just over 1/2 inch. Yeah, or whatever. Right, and I'm just going to go from that corner, from that crease, sorry, to the outer edge. Then, because I'm working with my craft knife today, I'm going to go from that cut line along the crease to there. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. I'm just going to have to turn it around to do it, because that's the way I have to do it to cut. So line top of my ruler up with that, and my 2 centimetre grid line there. Yep. So again, it's just from that crease, which is probably hard to see, but it is there, I promise you. Look, to the outside edge. If you're confident cutting that with scissors, do it with scissors. I'm not. I would have made an awful mess of it. Well, I've been practicing with my knife and I'm getting quite good. So I'm just gonna show you. Right, we've got the 12 by 12 paper, so we've got those bits missing. We're gonna fold in half and back to front. Oh no, I did it right. I did it right. Fold that in, then we fold that back and that back, Then we're going to round those corners just to make it look neat. Now hopefully this corner round is going to behave for me today. It doesn't like me. When I try doing, I want to do the large corner, that's it. I really have trouble lining this up. It's worked for me. I'm going to prove you wrong, woman, that's what it was saying. Wow. And I'm just going to come in with a little bit of ink before I start doing any gluing. So we want to ink all the edges that are shown, basically. I think what I may end up doing is coming in and just inking the whole of this area with my brush. If you look at this first one I made, because there's white in the pattern, it looks fine with the white, but I think with the colour of this paper, I think it's a little bit stark having all that white. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the ink. So you're just basically inking all the edges that are going to show like you normally would if you were inking. Like I say, I'm going to, oops, I did go a bit heavy there, didn't I? And then I want to ink around this part, so I'm unfolding again just to get those bits that are going to show. And there. I thought this was really fantastic, this little pocket. To be honest, I knew there would be something on her channel that would be fabulous for this challenge. Oh, I've missed inking there, can you see? So come in and ink along there. Now, the extra bit I did by putting the notch in, can you see how I've done it on the outside here? You could put it on the inside, but I'm going to stick to outside because I like it. And I've used my 1.5 inch punch for that. It's easier to do it before you glue it. I know this for a fact because I did that after I glued it. I'd already glued it when I thought, ooh, what about putting a thumb notch in? So I'm just going to eyeball it, not measuring. I'm over measuring too much now. And before I fold up, I just want to get rid of those little white edges. So I'll just ink along the edge of there. Don't need too much ink on the pattern side of this paper. But I want to put some ink where that thumb notch is. I'm dabbing in my ink and I've got lid on. So it were a bit pointless really. I would just dab in lid. No more ink coming on. In fact, I'll probably lose an ink. Yeah, that looks better. So there we go. And there we go. I really love this. Now the next thing we need to do is a little bit of gluing. So if you look at this one again, yeah, that's a pocket. So I'm going to get my glue. I'm using my my Cosmic Shimmer. It's decanted into my little bottle. And first we're going to glue along here to seal this pocket up, yeah? So there we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You could leave that so that it opens. You know, you can adapt this in so many ways. I think I might try making a few more different shapes, different sizes of paper. So that's that. Next thing we're going to do is glue this. I haven't glued, oh, I forgot to show you this. I didn't glue the bottom because I thought you could tuck something up there, couldn't you? So I just left that open. So I've just glued down this side to make this into its pockets. I didn't start quite at the corner there, did I, at the top? Just slightly altered that. And the same again on this one. I thought I glued the wrong edge then. No, I hadn't. So that's that. So yeah, you could leave this like that to have it open up, but I'm not going to. especially not since I've got glue there on edge when I glued those. So I'm going to come in. Where did she glue? Where did she glue? Ah, it's not the edge that's glued. I nearly made a really big mistake there. It's the bottom. Whoosh. Yeah, glue along the bottoms. I'll glue them both before. Can you see me actually gluing that? Glue them both before. Pop them down a bit more back on there. So yeah, just along there. And there we have it. A little one sheet wonder, as they're called. Little pocket folio type thingamajig bob. Right. Come in and do a little bit more burnishing on this. There you go. So there's plenty of ways you can put that in a journal now. You can again use it as a page, like so. Try not to put it over 3, Julie. I mean, yeah, it could be a small page like that. Perfect for a smaller journal or just another insert. You could glue it down, like so. You could use, I did have a paper clip out to show you this and I've lost it. No, there it is. You could just clip it on using a paper clip. It's a very versatile little pocket, that. I absolutely love it. So that's my... And can you see how the playing cards appear to be the right way up inside and out? That's quite... Yeah, love it. So, there's one. There's another one. And, yeah, that's all there is to say about that one. Again, it's another very quick, very easy, and I think very effective little addition to any journal. And it's going in my tome, so I won't forget to include it in the future journals that I make. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.